Alright, we're live on Facebook. Glad to have you. We're going to get started with the net. Appreciate you following along live. Is this frequency in use? This is Kilo 4 Bravo Whiskey Alpha, net control for the Middle Tennessee Simplex net. This is net number 179. My name is Ricky and I'm located in Portland, Tennessee. Stations with emergency or priority traffic can break in anytime. If there should be any emergency or priority traffic, we'll put the net on hold and help in any way we can. This net meets every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. You can find us live on Facebook. All you have to do is go to Middle Tennessee Simplex 147.555. Type it in just like that, and you'll see we're live right now. You can follow along, and that way you don't miss anything. If I hear it, you'll hear it. So that way, if I'm talking to somebody you can't hear who I'm talking to, jump over to Facebook, follow along live. This is an open topic net and is open to anyone who has a current FCC license, amateur radio operator's license. The purpose of this net is to have fun and promote amateur radio use. If I do not acknowledge your call, please try again. Once again, any licensed amateur radio operator is welcome to check in. We do ask that you please follow all FCC Part 97 rules and regulations when identifying your station. We'll start the net tonight with announcements. If you have an announcement, please call now.
KM4YRF.
Oh, good evening, Mike. Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. Go ahead.
Good evening, Ricky, and everyone on the net. This is Michael, Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Romeo Foxtrot, putting a shout out for the Mid-10 phone net on Sunday evening at 8 p.m. We start out at 28415 upper sideband, then we go to 29415 and do FM, and then from there over to 29250 and do C4 FM. I think we're probably the only
Hey Dan, what's your call sign?
10-meter network that I know
I won't have to look it up.
to hear about or find out about. Had to cancel the net on Sunday night because I was homesick, and I hated to do that. But I will be on air Sunday night, 8 o'clock. Start out at 28415, and you can follow us from there. That's all I got, Ricky. Back to net control, KM4YRF. Go. Go ahead, Ricky.
Oh, okay. Yeah, somebody came in. I thought it was, had a weak signal, but somebody came in and said break. Let me see if I can't pull him out. Go ahead.
Great question. Go ahead, Danny.
Michael, is the 67 Chris going to Georgia or joining out with Rochester or what? I heard him talking about it this morning.
Well, they do from time to time. I will not be there Sunday because I've had the norovirus and I can still be a little contagious, so I'm going to avoid it Saturday.
Oh, okay. I was just
Thank
curious.
you, Dan. I should have known that. I just forgot it. Hey, enjoy yourself in Nevada.
I haven't heard anything about it, Danny. Back to
I
that
love it
control.
there.
All right, thank you.
All right. Well, Danny, I got you logged in also, but you can check in still anytime. We'll take it. You might want to answer the trivia question a little bit later. All right. Let me see. I was logging in some of the check-ins, but see, I think that we was on announcements. Anybody else have announcements? Please call now. All right, not hearing anything, so I got a couple I'd like to announce. Simplex. If you like Simplex, we have a couple of Simplex nets in the area. One is in Bowling Green up in Kentucky, 146430 on Tuesdays and Friday nights at 7:30. He also does his net live on Facebook. Just type it in like that, 146430 Simplex net. And he does his nets live also. So if you can't hear some of the people checking into his net, follow him live and you'll hear what he hears. So that's kind of similar to what we do here. Also, another one out of Mount Juliet on Wednesdays and Saturday nights at 8 o'clock on 146415. I also do a Monday night net on the W4LKZ linked repeater system, and it starts at 7 o'clock. You just go to, if you want to find a list of all the repeaters that's linked together, just go to www.scara.net, and I suggest you find the one that works best for you. The closest one may not always be the best one, because there's some of them there that actually point in different directions. So just find one that's an omnidirection, and they usually work the best. So anyway, also I want to remind everybody, also on Sunday nights on that same linked repeater system is the Weekend Wind Down Net. A lot of good information, a lot of radio topics, and they also do a rundown on the club calendar, which covers several groups in the Middle Tennessee area, Robertson County, Davidson County, Wilson County, Sumner County, and I think even Rutherford County. I'm not sure, but if it's something going on, they try to cover it. So again, Sunday nights at 6 o'clock on the W4LKZ linked repeater system. All right. Let's see. I'm caught up. Anybody else have any announcements? We'll take any announcements. Call now. All right, not hearing anything else, so let's go. I'm going to go ahead and read a list of the people I've got in so far. Of course, Mike came in first with an announcement. Y'all don't forget his net on Sunday nights at 8 o'clock. A mid-10 phone net starts out on 28.415. And got Eric in, Kilo 4, Romeo Juliet Victor. I got Paul. He said he's going to be checking in here in a few minutes. Kilo 4, Papa Echo Whiskey. Got Dan checking in. Kilo Quebec 4, Oscar Mike India. And then, of course, we heard Danny in there asking a question. Kilo Delta 4, Golf Oscar November. And we got Bob, Hummingbird Bob, hanging out with us. Kilo Delta 2, Juliet Papa. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the question out. Trivia question for tonight. It's going to be easy. You're not going to strain your brain too much. So it's just going to give you only two choices to pick from. That makes it a little bit easier. But I'm going to let my radio break for just a second, and I'll come back with the question. All right, got to let that radio break sometime. I'm probably the only person that times out his own radio. But I've done it maybe more than once. All right, so here's the question. There's always a Christmas dinner. You know, everybody thinks about Thanksgiving dinner, but let's talk about Christmas dinner. Well, you have Christmas turkey and you have Christmas ham. Which one do you think is the most popular dinner in America? Is it Christmas turkey, or is it Christmas ham? So you come through and I'll let you know the answer towards the end. But like I said, it's a 50-50. So let's see who gets it.
KM4YRF. I got this one.
Well, now it doesn't necessarily mean it's the one you like best, but yeah, go ahead.
My guess is ham, and I hope Hummingbird Bob is listening, because we're both going to be right today.
All right. Well, I got you down for ham, and this one, like I said, I didn't want to make the first one too hard. This is our first trivia on this net for the Christmas holiday, so I figured I'd go with an easy one. And you know I like food, so we always have a lot of responses with the food trivia questions, so that's why I went with this one. All right, well, let's see if anybody else wants to jump in and say anything before I move on to check-ins. All right, Danny, you have a preference or an idea of which one is most favored Christmas dinner in America?
I don't know about America, but in the South, I'd say.
I didn't catch that last part. Did you pick one?
Yes, I'd say it's ham. I'll say Hotel Alpha Mike.
All right. Well, I got you in here for ham. Appreciate you coming in, playing along. And you say I'm hearing you okay. Just got a lot of static coming in behind you. All right. Well, you have anything else you'd like to add before we move on?
Oh no, I just throw that in there. Yeah. Have a good day, and I'll be sitting here listening to what you're doing.
All right. Well, I appreciate you checking in, Danny, and picking ham. While we were talking, Hummingbird Bob's checked in early. Him and his wife is agreeing with Mike. So he says you're both going to be right, and he picked ham also. And Dan, Kilo Quebec 4, Oscar Mike India, he picked ham. So right now ham's in the lead for Christmas ham. Now the question was Christmas dinner. Is it Christmas turkey or Christmas ham? Which one do you think is the most favorite in America? We'll taking check-ins from anybody, anywhere. Call now. All right, Dalton, I hear you got a little scratch in there, but I got you. Kilo Quebec 4, Oscar Quebec Lima. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, I just have you taking one second. Good evening, everybody on the net. Kilo Quebec 4, Oscar Quebec Lima, Moses. We're out these rolling hills from up 65 here, so. Down there, get back to the people. Doing all the what's going on. Just stop by, give you another number, and most of the rain is not digging, it's coming out of Nashville, so we'll see what it does when I get close to it. Other than that, I'll take this to the end of the question there, and talk about last one there. And other than that, I'll try to write the next goal. That's the way I'll put the next group.
All right, Dalton, you be safe going home there. Did you pick ham?
Roger, roger.
All right, I got you down for ham. Be careful making it home. I know the roads are probably getting rough out there. You want to give us a road update real quick?
Well, we're in the vicinity of White House, I-65 North, heavy traffic, wet roads, and according to the truck, we're sitting at 33 degrees, so it's dropped 2 degrees since it came up the ridge, so haven't really seen any ice yet, so we'll just have to see what we come across when we get further north there, Roger?
Roger that. Again, be careful, and we'll thank you for checking in. And so far, ham is in the lead. Everybody's picking ham. So, Christmas ham or Christmas turkey. I would think that a lot of people would go with something different due to the fact that they just had turkey at Thanksgiving. So that kind of, I'm just going to say at my house, it was always ham. Always, because we had turkey at Thanksgiving. So don't want to sway your vote or nothing, but as I was growing up in my house, it was always Christmas ham. And so let's see if we can't get some more check-ins. Call now.
It's going to be a slam dunk.
Well, if you use my theory, and of course the way it looks, it might have been ham in everybody else's houses too, but I do remember we never had, unless it was some leftover turkey from Thanksgiving that somebody froze and saved, we always had Christmas ham, and so evidently we wasn't alone.
Hey, Ricky, did you get Rick checked in?
No, the comments were coming in pretty quick. If he checked in with the comments, I might have missed it. It might have scrolled up on me, and I didn't check him in. But I will do that now. Kilo November 4, Tango Juliet Foxtrot.
Yeah, he's in a meeting tonight. He couldn't be on Facebook.
Oh, one of them Zoom things, huh?
I'm not really sure. He didn't say.
All right. Did I mention that Eric up there in Bowling Green, Kilo 4, Romeo Juliet Victor, he picked ham. So just about everybody that's answered the question has picked ham. That's so far that's 7 people. And usually I wait, but I pretty much already give it away by telling you that it was always ham at my house. So I went ahead and put my answer down there. The answer that I picked before I found out the answer, because I always try to play along, and so when I get the question out there, I'll make my guess before I get the answer, and my guess was ham, also, because that's what we always had. All right, so far everybody's going with ham, and if you didn't hear the question, we're asking which which is it? Christmas turkey or Christmas ham? Which one is the most favorite Christmas dinner in America? Is it ham or is it turkey?
AC9IM.
All right, Steve. Hey, you said you'd be back tonight. How you doing?
I'm amused every time the heater kicks on, the dollar bills go out the exhaust pipe break.
You're not saying you're having truck with not having truck with problems again, are you?
No. The wife's got some medical stuff we're dealing with, so that's another story. But yeah, we're just enjoying the expensive global warming. You know, normal high here where I'm at 52, 53, and it got up to what 32. So yeah, that's global warming, right?
Oh, I was worried about that global warming when it was down around 15 or 16 degrees in the first or second week in November.
Yeah, anyway. Okay, I heard the question, your trivial question. I'll have to say that it depends on the generation. Working age people are sick and tired of working for slave wages. They don't have any money, so they're kind of happy just to get something to eat. I know people that just buy cheap turkey. They don't care what day it is or what holiday it is. The older people like you baby boomers. When I was growing up, my Czechoslovakian family for Christmas would have chuck roast and ham. That's what they had. That was the main deal. So, it can go 50-50, Rick.
It's a 50-50 question.
You know what I mean, right?
Right. It's a 50-50 question. You got two choices, turkey or ham.
Yeah, so like I said, it depends on the generation, and it depends on, your bloodline, where you came from. And most people don't even know where they came from because they erased your family heritage. I'm not white. What the hell does that mean? I'm Czechoslovakian and German, Anyway, but for the sake of the general question, I'll go ahead and say ham. So let's see what else we can get out here, Rick. AC9AM.
All right, Steve. Me and you, my bloodline follows down all the way into Czechoslovakia too. Of course, I don't think it's called Czechoslovakia anymore. I think it's called Czechs or something. They've changed the name. They had some kind of a civil war over there or something, didn't they?
What they did, which was actually very understandable, is the country split along ethnic lines, which is very important because Western and Eastern people don't get along with each other. When the United Nations invaded and started blasting the hell out of Yugoslavia, they were blasting Serbia, but the southern part they didn't bother with because they claimed that the Serbs were actually pro-Russian, and I'm pro-Russian too. But so obviously in the 90s they split the country up along ethnic lines. So in the northeast, for example, you'll have what you would call Christian, the southern part are Muslims. So yeah, they split it along ethnic lines.
Well, evidently it worked because you know what, they seem to be a thriving country right now in a world that's going through a lot of difficulties.
Well, I keep telling people, I started listening to Martin Armstrong. He was called in last month to Washington. He was asked, what can we do to get some kind of peace deal? They actually called Martin Armstrong for that. Just amazing.
Oh, well, you know what? Now you stirred the pot. What did he say?
Well, I encourage people to go to his website. You can read what his proposal was to the White House staff. We don't know exactly who he talked to. He says, well, I can't, tell you every person because he has credibility. He was told that you have credibility. His proposal basically was to go into a joint venture with Russia to begin to mine the rare earth minerals and elements, whatever. But it would be the property of them, but we would have a joint venture, which does make perfect sense. Because Russia is not the enemy. The enemy of us here is the European United Nations folks, if you don't know that yet.
Right. Yeah, I've kind of figuring that out a little bit. All right, Steve. Well, I'm gonna move on and see if we can't get some more questions. Oh no, I got the question and get some more answers. And I appreciate you coming in here and playing along and sharing your thoughts on that. I know there's a lot of people that's coming out saying that about the United Nations. So I don't know if it's that good or bad anymore. I think during its time when it was established, it might have had good thoughts and had plans to kind of bring peace to the world, but I think it got too political. What do you think?
If you look at history, you've had the same families of hundreds of years. It was written down in the late 1800s. The goal was to have world government. I mean, it's all out there. So what came out of World War I, which we were dragged into, that's another topic. They got the League of Nations out of that. But they said, well, not enough people are dying, so they pulled off World War II. After that, they got the United Nations to come out of that. The problem with NATO is they have to have an enemy. Otherwise, they're useless. So Martin Armstrong recommended that we, unless the Minsk Agreement, for example, is not honored, which was signed many years ago, then we should withdraw from NATO and get the hell out of there because it's none of our damn business what's going on over there.
Yeah, roger that. Well, we got another answer. Paul, K4PEW. He says Tennessee smoked ham. So, but that's still ham, Paul. But I agree with you, man. Tennessee smoked ham. Are you talking like country ham? Because, boy, I love country ham. That'd be the question. Is it Tennessee smoked ham or Tennessee country ham? Is that the same?
Yeah, I don't think smoked ham is the same as country ham.
Yeah, roger that. I was just thinking he came across there with Tennessee smoked ham. My nephew, he smokes a lot of stuff, and I don't know if he smoked any ham or not, but I would think that smoking ham would it make it tenderer or would it make it tougher?
I think smoking it is just a way to preserve it.
Well, either way, he's picking it for a Christmas dinner. We're gonna put that down. He's saying, I'm just guessing that both are preferred. But hey, I bet you picked ham, so you're going back on. You're just going to say both. One is preferred. Actually, there is an answer to this trivia question. Which one is considered to be the most popular Christmas dinner, turkey or ham? about you, Ken? You got to pick one?
Yep, I was right. I just Googled it. Smoked ham it's just smoked, and country ham is dry cured and aged
In salt.
hind leg with a distinctive salty and intense flavor.
Okay.
Traditionally preserved before refrigeration.
Oh, wow. Well, I remember now. You're right, because I don't know that they ever set fire under the country ham. I think it was all completely cured with salt and all of that. If they did, it might have been the final process after they had cured it a while, or it might have been the first part of the process. I don't know, but it seemed to me that it was mostly done with salt.
Yeah, it says a salt and sugar mixture, and then it's aged for months.
Well, I know I love it for breakfast, but I tell you what, it ain't nothing better than some good country ham biscuits.
Roger that.
All right, well, we had Ken checking in on Facebook. I don't know if he's out there listening or not. He may be just out and about, can't get the radio. But we're going to give an opportunity to see if we can't pull in some more check-ins and get some more answers. Right now, ham is overwhelmingly leading in the trivia question tonight. So if you want to try your shot at the answer to the question, call now. Well, I tell you what, I'm kind of like Steve on that, where it says it depends on where you're from or what ethnically, what heritage you come from. I couldn't get that other word out. It just depends on, I guess, where you're from. Depends on maybe what the dinners are. But again, we're asking which is the most popular in the whole United States. So, and I gave you my thoughts earlier about the fact that, just thinking of it through a theory thought process, most people just got through having turkey at Thanksgiving, and then less than 1 month away, you're having a big turkey dinner again. I would think that most people might lean towards ham for the second holiday meal. And then, of course, most of us, we always grew up having a big New Year's meal either. And I'm not going to go into that because we may have some questions coming up on that in January. So anyway, let's see if we can't get some more check-ins. See who wants to check into the net tonight. That's K4 BWA. Call now. All right, not getting anything else. We're going to call out again. If I don't get another check-in, then I will be giving out the answer because, it is cold and a lot of people's got shacks. And I have noticed that during the wintertime when it gets cold, check-ins go down. Nobody wants to go out to that cold shack, just talk on the radio. So if you got a cold shack, I suggest maybe putting your little backup inside the house somewhere.
K4PEW checking in.
All right, Paul, Kilo 4, Papa Echo Whiskey. Yeah, we was talking about you. Was your ears burning?
Nah, they're always burning, man.
Well, you started a conversation and didn't know it, but we were trying to discuss the difference. I did. I was like wondering if the Tennessee smoked ham was considered the same as country ham. But Mike, he went ahead and Googled it and came up with all the facts.
Yeah, I got you. But then why do they smoke turkey?
Well, I don't know. I've never really ate any smoked turkey, so I don't know what would be best about it, or why it would taste better, or why would people smoke turkey. You're right.
Well, I'm just guessing. I don't think I've ever had smoked. I don't think I've ever had smoked turkey, but I've had when I used to do some grilling. I don't do it anymore, but I used to buy all kinds of different kinds. Well, one was mesquite to put on the charcoal grill and get a nice flavor in the beef or in the hamburger. Same kind of thing it is with turkey. And I presumed, although obviously I'm not an expert in that area, but I presume people would do the same thing with ham. I mean, I can't believe it's just for preservation. It may be, I don't know.
No, not the smoked ham. It just smoked to give it a smoky taste. Country ham is cured with salt and sugar, and then it's aged for months.
Oh, okay. So you're saying they do smoke ham, but not for the same reason.
Right.
They don't call it country ham.
Country ham.
No, they actually
preserved.
they cure the country ham.
Yeah, it'll last forever.
Yep. And it's lip smacking good.
No, it's all good. Ham is just the other side of the unfried bacon.
Yeah. So I get it now. So smoking something is to change the flavor, and not to cure. But they used to cure meat. They show it where they used to hang the meat up and smoke it and make jerky and dry. Or was that process? I thought it was a curing process too. Is what I'm trying to get at.
I'm confused now too, because I know my uncle on his farm, he had a stone smokehouse for that reason. I don't know. I never saw him use it. It was the house. The place was built in the 1800s. So and it still had the hooks up in the top of the the it was like a little a 6x6 room made of stone, and had meat hooks on the top and a place for a fire in the bottom.
Yeah, you can preserve a meat by smoking it. It has to be a certain temperature for some period of time.
Yeah, I think at least 200. I think it has to be. Let's see. Yeah, 200 degrees. A minimum of 200 degrees.
I watch Homestead Rescue a lot, and I've learned quite a bit about meat preservation just by watching that show.
Well, I know that them smokehouses, whenever they did the country ham, they would hang that up and the smokehouses too, but they didn't really smoke it. But it seemed to me like I remember one guy, he did. I don't know if he did it at the beginning of the curing process or at the end of the curing process, but his smoked or his country ham, I think he did smoke it at one part of the process to give flavor, if nothing else.
Have you ever smoked a ham?
No, I tried to smoke some hot dogs one time, and they came out so dry and brittly you could break them up and they'd fall on the floor and break.
Well, I gave up on it, but I couldn't keep the dang thing lit.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of like the same way with turkey.
Paul, did you get my message on Signal? I guess he fell asleep again.
So is that what causes that? Because my radio does that all the time. K4 PEW, are you still out there?
I'm right here. I think I doubled with you when I came back. But yeah, I just thought, I heard you talking, Michael, about it's contagious for about 3 years.
You know, the way things are going for me, I wouldn't doubt it.
All right, well, you got anything else for us tonight, Paul?
No, I don't think. You're doing a great job, though. Keep up the good work. K4 PEW.
Well, I will, as long as the Lord let me stay in this body down here. I'll be on the radio and putting out my, what we used to say, 2 cents worth, but now we move on to say our nickels worth.
Yeah, I learned a long time ago. I'm not in control.
Well, you know, I was thinking today, and I don't know if, you know, your thought process changes after you get older. You know, when you're younger, you think of death being so far away, and then as you get older, you think of it being just around the corner. And the things that you hold dear to you as you collect over the years, and they mean so much to you, and you're like thinking that it has value and whatnot. And you're like, you've got so much things accumulated, and then as you get towards the time of your life when it's just around the corner, as I said, you get to realizing that none of that stuff even really matters. You know, it doesn't really matter. It's like for a long time you're like thinking, well, what am I going to do with this before I go? Or what am I going to do with that before I go? And it's kind of like after a while you get to thinking, well, you know, it really don't even really matter because I'm not going to be here and have to worry about what happens to it when I go.
Yeah, I agree. It's, none of it will matter because I'm going to leave a mess for somebody else to clean up.
Right. Well, you know, there's something on Facebook one time I listened to it, and they said 100 years from now, there'd be, you know, really nothing that will mean anything. All your possessions will be gone. Other people will own them. Some of your vehicle may be in a junkyard rusting away, or maybe it might be in somebody else's garage. Your home, other families move on. More children will be born. It's just like, unless you have a marker on the ground that said you were here, most your grandkids won't even remember you. So it's going to be one of those things that, you know, like I said, unless you got a marker on the ground somewhere saying that you were here, there really will be nobody will ever mention your name. It'll be, it's like you never existed.
Depends on the matrix programming because we just might be in a matrix.
Well, I tell you what, if I'm in the Matrix, I'm due for an upgrade.
Oh, me too. Hey, did you answer the question yet or no?
No, not yet. I'm fixing to, though. But I sent out a couple of calls and didn't get answers back. But so I was going to finish up with Paul and send out another call or two and see if we can't get any more check-ins. If not, I'm going to throw out the answer.
I probably had enough time. Have a good one. But here's the answer in a minute. K4 Beta.
All right, this is Kilo 4 Bravo Whiskey Alpha, and this is the Middle Tennessee Simplex Net. And we're taking check-ins from anybody, anywhere. We also have a trivia question going on if you want to answer it. It's, is it Christmas turkey or Christmas ham? Which one is the most favored in America? That's the answer. You got 50-50 chance of getting it right. So if you want to check in, answer the question, call now. All right, well, I know you're all ready for the answer. And like I said, I played along too before I answered the question. And I think you all heard that we always had ham for Christmas, turkey for Thanksgiving. That was always, my whole family. As I grew up, it was always that way. And but that's not what you want to know right now, is it? You want to know which one is the favorite, Christmas turkey or Christmas ham? Well, it's Christmas turkey. I know.
No.
I know. Nobody got
it. Depends on what generation you're looking at.
Yeah. Well, we have to go. Well, I think they're going by whichever generation they were doing the survey, or however they got the survey. But I agree with you guys, man. I'm like thinking, how could it possibly be Christmas turkey? But if you think about it, most of all your holiday, Christmas, all them little books and all of that, even that guy, Paul Krantz or whatever, what was that little boy that had the little crippled leg? They had to go get the Christmas turkey. So, if there was that much influence on people in reading stories about Christmas turkey, it could have influenced a lot of people to think that it was supposed to be that way. Everybody has Christmas turkey.
Oh, well, that just goes to show you can't be right all the time.
I meant to say turkey.
Well, that's why I said earlier at the beginning of it, I was like, well, don't let what your favorite is influence your answer, because that's pretty much what I did. I tried to put theory into it, thinking, well, everybody had turkey at Thanksgiving. Who wants turkey, that's that quick, right after having it and getting full of turkey in November and then getting full of turkey again in December? Most people would think, well, everybody's going to want something different. And but no, the survey was that overwhelmingly turkey is most favored.
Well, man, I could eat turkey every day of my life and be happy.
I don't know. I know that when we had turkey for Thanksgiving, I was eating turkey sandwiches at school for the next month. I wasn't real anxious to have the turkey again at Christmas. Yeah, turkey's too dry.
Oh man, I like the dark meat. It ain't so dry. But hey, think of this. Now you brought it up, Paul. Turkey sandwiches. Now, I used to take mayonnaise, put it on there pretty thick to kind of help with that dryness of turkey, and then put some, peel that turkey and make it like a little shredded, barbecue, and then salt and pepper it. Oh my goodness, it's good cold, it's good warm. Yeah, it got me. That's some good stuff right there.
Well, I guess we were all turkeys tonight.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, you know what? I don't know. Like I said, it got me too, because I wouldn't. I even tried to put theory in behind it, and they still didn't get it right. So nobody got it right this time. The first time that we put a trivia question out, and I thought it was going to be pretty simple, being a 50-50 answer. I was going to make it easy on everybody. I was saying, well, I got an easy one. I started out tonight saying, well, I got an easy one for us tonight, 50-50. And it turned out to be one of the hardest ones we ever had.
You got 2 new check-ins on the chat.
All right. Well, I got them. I was writing them down. Thank you. Because it is hard for me to keep up with what's going on in the chat and kind of run the net too. So I appreciate that, Mike, helping me with that. One of them was November 1, Kilo Delta Foxtrot, Jeremy, checking in. And we got Mickey up there in well, I always say it's up there around Franklin, Kentucky. He's not, I think he's just out of town. Kilo November 4, Whiskey Lima Mike, checking in with us. So that's bringing us up to 13. Yeah. So y'all getting into the net tonight, we appreciate it. Get the numbers up.
Hey, just to be clear, I never had turkey for Christmas in my entire life. Me neither.
Well, we did, but it was usually maybe just a very little bit that was left over that, sometimes we had big gatherings and there would be a couple of turkeys show up. I mean that. And there would be more than we need, and somebody else save it. Well, I'll save it. We'll have it for Christmas, and it'll always show up at Christmas. We'd end up getting a little bit of turkey to put with the ham, so it'd be turkey and ham.
Every year growing up for Christmas, we would have the best Polish sausage you can dream of. It tasted better than your first girlfriend.
No. Oh. Oh man. Oh, okay. My goodness. Well, let me see if I had a couple more check-ins. Let me see if I can't pick up another couple check-ins. This is Kilo 4, Bravo Whiskey Alpha. Looking for some more check-ins. Call now. Well, we're getting close to the top of the hour, and we're not getting any more check-ins. I tell you what, we've had a good net so far. Couldn't ask for better. Really enjoyed it. A lot of good conversation. And, well, I always see if anybody's got any final comments before I send out last call. If you have a final comment, go ahead and call now.
I got a comment.
Okay, Paul, go ahead.
I thought Michael was wearing a mask when he was on the radio tonight.
no, you didn't.
Well, Mike, you want to verify that?
Well, I wasn't, but probably need to wipe off the speaker on your radio before you shut everything down.
Yeah, but I was wearing headphones. It's gonna go right through my ears.
Oh man, I hate it for you.
So 13 today, Rick.
Roger that, 13 so far. I haven't sent out last call yet, but usually it's within an hour we're pretty much done, and we're coming up on the hour now. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and send out last call. Last call, last call. Anybody, anywhere, please call now. All right, well, everybody be looking up. I will give you a hint that unless something else pops up as far as maybe a good trivia question, we will be staying in line with Christmas. So if you want to study up, we'll have another Christmas trivia question next week, and hopefully we'll get a winner, or a couple of winners, or even more. Everybody will win. That'd be the first. So does anybody else have anything else before I shut the net down? Call now. No problem. It got me off guard. All right, well, it's K4BWA, and I'm going to get out of here. I want to thank everybody to check in. We had 13 check-ins. Time duration of 58 minutes. At this time, I'm going to turn this frequency back to its normal amateur radio use. This is Kilo 4, Bravo Whiskey Alpha, saying good night and God bless. We'll do it again next Thursday. Good night.
Thanks, Ricky. Doing a great job. K4B does.
Thank you, Paul.
I'm surprised you're not quite full scale today, Rick.
I believe it's maybe the weather.
Yeah, the street, my street's starting to get white. That's not a good sign.
Well, we could have a little ice on the antenna. I don't know. You know, it might have had a little bit of freezing rain first and coated the antenna a little bit. And then, of course, the clouds and conditions and all of that as far as the weather. Like, it's, I'm sure it does kind of change things a little bit.
Yeah, and the massive chemical spray they keep playing every day. But before, I wasn't trying to be funny about the sausage. Like somewhere around 50 years ago.
Shut it all down,
my
guys.
dad, he was a fireman, and another fireman he worked with owned a meat shop down the street from me.
Well,
where I
I'm
grew
going
up.
to let y'all hear this.
And one day over there,
It ain't bad.
he goes, I'm going to show you how I make the sausages. Really? From scratch. So Italian, Polish, whatever. They all started off with the same ground beef. What determined the difference was the spices that he added to it just to make the sausage. And, 50 years ago, food tasted real good, right?
Well, I don't know. Are you asking me a question?
No, just letting you know. So like I said, needless to say, cause, the guy's name was Duar. He was a Polak. The last name was Duar. And he really knew how to get that meat ready to go for you. But okay, Ricky, that's about time for dinner. I'm going to go see what he's cooking. AC 9 AM.
Good night, everybody. God bless you.